Today we are going to learn the chapter Agriculture. Agriculture is a science or practice of cultivation and rearing of animals. As you know, India is an agriculturally important country. Agriculture is our primary activity. Topography or soil and climate are the two factors for profitable agriculture. Land which is suitable for agriculture is called arable land. Agriculture is a manual labor work. There are four types of farming. They are subsistence farming, pastoral farming, shifting cultivation, and commercial farming. The first one is subsistence farming. It is a practice of growing of crops for our own consumption. The types of subsistence farming. There are two types of subsistence farming. First one is the intensive subsistence farming and the second one is the primitive subsistence farming. The intensive subsistence farming means the farming which is practiced in the areas of high population and have an availability of less land. It is a labor intensive farming. The second type is the primitive subsistence farming. It is a practicing in a few pockets of India. They are using the primitive technologies. This type of farming depends upon various factors like monsoon, natural facility of soil, and suitability of other environmental conditions to the crops grown. The second one is the pastoral farming. It is a farming of cattle. In this, the farmers move from one place to another with the cattle. It can be seen in arid areas where there is less cultivation. The third one is the shifting cultivation. It is a cultivation which depends upon rainfall, natural fertility of soil, etc. It is also called slash and burn agriculture. The fourth one is commercial farming. It is an agricultural practice of large scale by using the modern technology for trading purpose to earn profit from agriculture. Main features of commercial farming. First one, the large land holding. Second one, high level inputs. Third one, high yield variety of seeds. Fourth one, the chemical fertilizers. And fifth one is the insecticides. And fifth, the last one is the use of pesticides. Types of commercial farming. There are three types of commercial farming. First one is the commercial grain farming, second one is the mixer farming, and third one is the plantation. Features of plantation farming. They are farming a single crop and using large scale capital. They are also using the modern technology. Cropping pattern. The physical diversities and plurality of cultures in India were also reflected in agriculture. India has three cropping patterns. They were Rabi, Kharif, and Zaid. First one is Rabi crops. They are sowing in winter season and harvesting in summer season. For example, wheat, barley, peas, etc. These crops are growing in most of the cities of India. Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, etc. were some of the important places of Rabi products. The success of Green Revolution is an important matter in the growth of Rabi products in these states. The availability of suitable climate is also a main fact. The next one is Kharif crops. They are growing in monsoon or rainy season and harvesting in the September-October months. Important crops are paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, etc. The states which are growing these types of crops, especially the rice, are Assam, West Bengal, the coastal regions of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, etc. The Said crops. It is growing in between Rabi and Kharif season. It is the summer season. Some crops are watermelon, muskmelon, the cucumber, sugarcane, vegetables, and fodder crops. Major crops. Variety of food and non-food crops are growing in India. Some of them were rice, wheat, maize, ragi, bajra, jowar, millet, pulses, sugarcane, oil seeds, tea, coffee, horticulture crops, rubber, fiber crops, etc. Horticulture crops means the fruits and vegetables. Some of the leading producers were India and China. The institutional and also the technological reforms. Some of the major institutional reforms were the Land Reforms Act of 1951 and also the abolition of Zamindari system. Likewise, the 5-year plans, Green Revolution, White Revolution, etc. Land reform was the main focus of our first 5-year plan. Kisan credit card, personal accident insurance scheme, etc. were also some of the schemes introduced by the government of India for the benefit of farmers. Green revolution means it is the large scale production of agricultural products, especially wheat. It is launched in the time of Indira Gandhi. It ensured the food security. Likewise, the White Revolution. White Revolution means the large scale production of milk and milk products. Varghese Kurian is known as the father of White Revolution in India. Likewise, a lot of technological reforms were also introduced for the improvement in the growth of agriculture. The Indian Council of Agricultural Research, the establishment of many agricultural universities, likewise the introduction of veterinary services and animal breeding centers, the horticulture development programs, the research and development in the field of meteorology and also weather forecast, likewise the award ceremonies, the announcement of minimum support price, the crop insurance system which were introduced for improving the agricultural production. In this occasion, we can't forget Acharya Vinoba Bhave. He was a Gandhian who inspired people through his speech to distribute the land to the landless peasants. By inspiring in his speech, the peoples come forward and a lot of people were ready to donate their land to the landless peasants. This movement is known as the Bhudan movement or land gift movement. In some other areas, some of the owners of some village were also come forward and they were ready to donate their land to the landless people. This movement is known as the Gramadhan movement. By the efforts of Vinoba Bhave, we didn't spread a drop of blood for getting land to the landless people. That is why the Bodha and Gramadhan movements were also called as the bloodless revolutions. Contribution of agriculture to the national economy, employment and output. Agriculture has been the backbone of the Indian economy. But we have to say that from 1951 onwards, we can see a declining trend in the gross domestic product, that is the GDP. This is a serious matter because it may be caused to the food scarcity. By considering the importance of agriculture in India, the government of India also made a lot of efforts to modernize the agriculture. The establishment of Indian Council of Agricultural Research is the example for this. Next one is the food scarcity. We know if we didn't get much food, it will affect the nutrition level, and also it will affect the people's health, and likewise it will lead the nation to poverty. Therefore, to ensure the availability of food to all people, the government must design a national food security system. It consists of two components. The first one is the buffer stock and the second one is the public distribution system. The public distribution system is a program which provides the food grains and other essential commodities at subsidized prices in rural and urban areas. India's food security policy has a lot of objectives. The primary objective is to ensure the availability of food grains to the common people at an affordable price. This policy is also focusing in the growth of agricultural production. Likewise, it is also fixing a support price for the procurement of wheat and rice to maintain their stocks. Food Corporation of India is responsible for procuring and stocking these food grains, and also the distribution is ensured by the public distribution system. The government providing subsidies on agriculture inputs such as the fertilizers, the power, and also on water. Likewise, the consumers were also divided into two categories. They were the APL and BPL. APL means the above poverty line and BPL means the below poverty line. We can see a gradual shift from the cultivation of food crops to the cultivation of fruits, vegetables, oil seeds, the industrial crops, etc. in India. This caused to a reduction in the production of cereals and pulses. In the production of agriculture, now we are facing another important problem. That is the decrease in the net zone area. There are many reasons for this. First one is the use of agricultural land for non-agricultural uses like the building purposes. Second main reason is the scarcity of water. Overuse of fertilizers and pesticides. Another reason because it will cause to the degradation of soil. The overusage of tube wells in the less rain areas caused to the decline of agriculture. Impact of globalization on agriculture. Under globalization, particularly after 1990, the farmers in India have been exposed to new challenges. Today, Indian agriculture finds itself at the crossroads. To make agriculture successful and profitable, a proper attention should be given to the improvement of condition of marginal and small scale farmers. The green revolution is imparting a lot of ideas, but in today's condition it is also undergone to major controversies. The main keyword of today is the gene revolution, which is including in the genetic engineering. The organic farming is also have a great importance in today's world because it is practicing without the factory made chemicals such as the fertilizers and pesticides. Therefore, it doesn't affect the environment in a negative manner. The Indian farmers also need to change their cropping pattern. They must have to change their crops from the cereals to the high value crops. This may help them to increase their incomes and reduce the environmental degradation. India's diverse climate may be a help to grow the wide range of high value crops. Now our chapter is over. I hope all of you understood the main points.